Oh, hello. I'm so sorry. Oh, what's the matter with me? I tend to go into my own little world while I'm writing. I write poetry, you see, in Welsh. I am a poet, or a bardd, as we say in Welsh. Would you like to hear the poem I've just written? Okay, well, I'd like you to listen out for a couple of things, okay? I'd like you to listen out for Lleiad Borffor, which in English means a purple moon, and Afon Prysor. Now, an afon is a river, okay? So river Prysor, okay? Lleiad Borffor, Afon Prysor. Here we go. Dim ond lleiad borffor ar fin y mynydd llwm, a sŵn hen afon prysor yn canu yn y cwm. Now that little poem is about my home in North Wales. I used to live on a small farm called Yr Ysgwrn near a village called Trawsfynydd. And my name is Ellis. Ellis Humphrey Evans. And I am dead. Oh yes, no, it's true, I'm dead. I died over a century ago. I died in 1917. It's a long time ago, isn't it? But even though I died in 1917, people still talk about me and people still remember my name. My friends and family all called me Ellis, but I had another name. A name as a poet, a name as a bardd. And my poetic name was Hedd. Have you heard of Hedd before? Well, seeing as you're all here, how about I tell you a little bit more about myself and tell you what happened to me during my life? Yes? Okay, here we go. Here we are. Look, this is a picture of my family. And this is me here on the end, and then Mum and Dad, Mary Evans and Evan Evans. And then the rest of them, well, these are all my little brothers and sisters. Catty, Maggie, David, Enid, Mary, Ivan, Anne, and Bob. Why do we all look so serious? We all look absolutely miserable, don't we? But we were a very, very happy family. Yr Ysgwrn was always busy. People coming and going all the time, plenty of noise and plenty of fun to be had. But we had to work very, very hard. And because I was the eldest, I was the one that had to help out my dad on the farm. Now, I didn't mind working on the farm, but to be honest with you, I had other interests, other hobbies, things that I like to do in my own spare time. And what I really liked to do was read and write poetry in Welsh. And writing poetry in Welsh is called barddoni, trying to create something beautiful with words, trying to share ideas or share feelings by using words in a specific way. That's what barddoni, or writing poetry, means to me. And I've written loads of poems, you know. Yes, and this is one of my favourites. Let's see if we can read it together. Dim ond lleiad borffor ar fin y mynydd llwm, a sŵn hen afon prysor yn canu yn y cwm. Now, all the inspiration for my poetry came from the land, the mountains, the people and the places that surrounded my home in Trawsfynydd and at Yr Ysgwrn. Inspiration. To inspire. Oh, that's a good word, isn't it? Now, inspiration is someone or something that makes you want to do something. And inspiration can come from anywhere, and it can be different for every individual. Now then, have you heard of an Eisteddfod? There are many of these Eisteddfodau in Wales every year, and the main Eisteddfod is the National Eisteddfod. It's where the best of the best go to compete. And that's what I used to do. I used to write poetry, write poems, and send them off to different Eisteddfodau to compete. And the dream was to one day win the biggest poetry writing competition in Wales and win a chair. But not just any old chair. Win the grand wooden chair of the National Eisteddfod. Wow! Oh, that was my goal in life. That was my dream, was to one day win the grand wooden chair of the National Eisteddfod and to be known as champion of the bards, to be known as a prif fardd. Now, when you compete, you have to compete under a false name so that the judges don't know who you are. And then, on the day of the ceremony, you go and sit into the audience with thousands of other people and you wait for the archdruid, the archferwydd, to announce the winner. And then 2 hornblowers, or fanferwyr, will play a beautiful fanfare. Do 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 do. And then everyone starts to look around, looking and waiting for one person, man or woman, to stand up and claim to be champion of the bards. And then 2 ushers, or cyrchwyr, will go and collect the champion bard, dress him or her in a beautiful cloak, and then lead the bard towards the stage. And then the keeper of the sword, Ceidwad y Cledd, will hold the sword of peace above the champion bard's head. And the archferwydd, the archdruid, will ask the audience if there is peace for our champion bard by saying, "A oes heddwch." Now, heddwch means peace. And the audience replies by shouting, "Heddwch!" So, let's give it a go. The truth against the world. A oes heddwch.
Heddwch!
Heart by heart. A oes heddwch.
Heddwch!
Shout and shout again. A oes heddwch. Heddwch! Eistedded y bardd yn Hedd yr Eisteddfod. And the champion bard sits in the chair. And that's it. Do you know what? I would have absolutely loved it to hear my name being announced like that by the archdruid. That was my dream, was to one day be known as champion of the bards, as a prif fardd. But in 1914, something terrible happened. Something that would change the course of history forever and bring pain and suffering to millions. The First World War, the Great War, 1914 to 1918. I had no intention of joining the army and going to war. I didn't believe in the war. I didn't agree with the war at all. I believed in peace. But there were many of my friends, boys who lived in Trawsfynydd, friends of mine, boys that I went to school with, that wanted to join the army and they wanted to go to war. And here they are. Tom Evans, Moses Lewis, Watkin Jones and David Roberts. Now these are my friends that decided to join the army and go to war. And it was impossible to escape the war, even here in Wales, because, well, we would get messages or news to the village, to Trawsfynydd, quite often, to tell us that someone that we knew had died. And the only thing I wanted to do was write poetry about these brave young men that had gone off to war. Yes, I wrote a lot about the war. Writing to start with about how much I missed my friends. And then, in time, having to write about the true sadness of losing them. Because I'm sorry to say that Tom Evans, Moses Lewis, Watkin Jones and David Roberts all died in battle. And in 1916, this happened. Dear Mr. Evans, from the 2nd of March 1916, all men between 18 and 41 must enlist for the period of the war unless he is accepted or exempt. A military service act, forcing all young men to go to war, forcing us to join the army and go to war. But I didn't want to go. I didn't believe in the war. I didn't agree with the war at all. I believed in peace. But now, because of this, I didn't have a choice. Now, I had to go. So, off I went in January 1917 to a place called Litherland in England to be taught how to become a soldier. The purpose of Litherland was to teach us how to fight. But the only thing I wanted to do was write. I was determined to carry on writing. So, I decided that I had to compete for the grand wooden chair of the National Eisteddfod in 1917. And in 1917, the Eisteddfod was being held in a place called Pen Bedw, or Birkenhead. But trying to write beautiful poetry in such a filthy, horrible, noisy place like Litherland was impossible. I couldn't write a single word. I nearly gave up completely. But in June 1917, I got the opportunity to go back home. For a few short days, I got the opportunity to go back home to North Wales, to Trawsfynydd, back to Yr Ysgwrn. Hello, Mam a Dad, dwi adra, I'm home. And adra, home, at Yr Ysgwrn, I found some peace and quiet, and I finally managed to finish my poetry. And then I was sent to France. And I missed home. I had a longing feeling for home, for my family, for my mum and dad. A feeling we call in Welsh, hiraeth. And it's like having a heavy stone at the bottom of your stomach. It's a horrible feeling. And the only way I could make myself feel better was writing letters home to everyone. I'm here, somewhere in France. It truly is a beautiful country. The trees are tall and the leaves, they shiver in the breeze as if they're trying to tell us something that only they can understand. I haven't reached danger yet. But in the middle of the night, I can hear the sound of bombs, like groans in the distance. The Battle of Passchendaele, July 1917. And it was horrible weather. The ground was like a swamp, muddy and wet. And we're cold. So cold, trying to keep warm. And I'm here with men, young men, just like myself, having to sit in cold and wet trenches, shivering Shivering because we're so cold. And shivering because we're so scared. Another bomb explodes. Closer this time. And I can hear men crying. Another bomb explodes. They're getting closer and closer and closer, and then... silence. On the last day of July, 1917, when I was only 30 years old, I, Hedd, was killed in battle. But I wasn't the only one. Now, I'd like you to have a look at this poster. This is the poster for the heroes of Trawsfynydd, for the arwyr of Trawsfynydd. Now, these are all the young men from Trawsfynydd that died during the war. And I'm one of them. And Tom Evans, Moses Lewis, Watkin Jones and David Roberts are all on this poster as well. Look how many lost their lives. Too many. And this was happening in every town and village in Wales. There was a huge loss. Now then, I would like you to imagine that you're sat in the pavilion of the National Eisteddfod in 1917 in Birkenhead, and you're about to watch the chairing ceremony. And the Archdderwydd, the Archdruid, has just announced the winning false name for 1917. Fleur de Lis. Arganiad y corn gwlad, a wnaeth Fleur de Lis a Fleur de Lis yn unig godi. But no one stood up. No one stood up. I was Fleur de Lis. I was the winning false name. I was the winner, therefore I was the champion bard. But I wasn't there, was I? No, I was dead. I died 6 weeks before the Eisteddfod. 6 weeks. So close, so close to realising my life goal and my dream of becoming a champion bard. Well, because I wasn't there, they decided to cover the empty chair with a black cloak. And the Eisteddfod in 1917 in Birkenhead was from then on known as the Eisteddfod of the Black Chair. And then the chair was taken on the train from Birkenhead to Trawsfynydd to Yrysgwrn, to my home. And it is still there to this day. After the war, people wanted to make sure that everyone knew my story and that everyone remembered this tiny little piece of history. So they published a book called Cerddi'r Bugail, and it's a collection of all my best work. They raised a memorial for me in Trawsfynydd. They put up a plaque next to where I was born, and they put up a plaque next to where I was killed. And they made a film about me. And also, they made sure that the words Hedd Wyn, champion bard, or y prif fardd Hedd Wyn were written on my gravestone in Artillery Wood in Belgium. So, over the years, people have talked about me, people have written about me, people have shared my story, and because people have remembered me, we can all now remember my friends and the thousands and thousands of people that died during the war. Which shows, I think, and proves that it is so important for every one of you to never, ever give up and to keep at it. Keep enjoying your hobbies and interests and keep trying to make your dreams come true. Because, well, whether I am dead or alive, I, Hedd am and will always be a champion bard.